If this wasn't on national TV last night, there's a national uproar because of the integrity of the game, and it doesn't sound like Doug Peterson's telling the truth. But the fact it's a standalone game, everybody has an opinion on this. If this was a 1:00 game, would there be this much outrage?
Well, it was on national TV, so I think there's justifiable outrage. I personally do. And I think there's sadness at the same time. Let me explain myself, Dan.
Okay.
Let me explain myself. I know the sacrifices that the players and the coaches and the team officials around the league made this year and their families to put on 256 football games in a regular season. I know the sacrifices that my colleagues at ESPN and other communications companies and reporters from all over had to make. I know the sacrifices me and my family had to make. Wearing a mask everywhere you go, looking for an enemy that has no perimeter, where everything is a possible threat to your life and health all of the time. And I thought that the league and the Players Association did a magnificent job in the pandemic to put on the 256 games. And this was the last game. This was number 256. And it was supposed to be a celebration of the ending of a regular season in a pandemic, if you could do that, and also of the greatness of Ron Rivera coming back from cancer to win the division, and the greatness of the struggle of Alex Smith, the 17 leg surgeries, hardly can walk, was going to maybe lose his leg, his career, perhaps his life, comes back and wins the game. And instead, we're talking about this. And that's where the sadness part comes in. So, if I'm the NFL, if I'm Roger Goodell, I'm putting on my Kennesaw Mountain Landis pants on right now.
Uh-oh.
And I'm doing a forensic investigation of what went down.
You're being serious?
Totally. 2,000%.
What could the punishment be?
Well, that's a good question. Let's not jump to punishment yet. Let's just find out what happened here. Because if you're saying to me that you were playing to win the game, well, then really, who's buying that?
So you think Doug Peterson was lying? Well, it was a must-lie situation after the game, Sal.
Well, yeah. I'm not going to go there. I just want to know what happened.
Okay.
I think people want to know. I think people have a right to know, don't you?
Well, I would have, if you want to see what you have in Nate Sudfeld, then start him. Don't bring him in with, you're down 3 points. And, you could have made this decision on a Tuesday or Wednesday and say, we want to see what we have with him, not bring him in where they're throwing him into the fire in more ways than one at that stage of the game. That's my problem with it. You want to play the guy, play the guy. Let the Washington team know Nate Sudfeld's going to be the starter. But don't tell me he gives you a better chance to win the game than Jalen Hurts does.
Oh, there's no question about it. I agree with you. You should have started him if you wanted to play him. This is the first opportunity the young man's had to play all year long.
Yeah.
I actually went through the media guide trying to find out if he had thrown a pass up to this point, and he had not. So, I think it's worth the time of the league to find out what happened.